Hi everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. My name is Fofo and I'm going to be showing you how I created this look today. So if you're interested in seeing how I got it, then just stay tuned. Okay, so we're starting off with our eyebrows. For that, I'm just using this MUA eyebrow pencil in dark brown, and I'm just using that to frame my brows to get an idea of the shape that I want. Taking this dark brown color from the Juvia's Place Chocolates palette, I'm now filling in my eyebrows. And with this NYX Professional Makeup concealer, as well as this highlight color from the Sculpt and Highlight, I'm using that to just further define my eyebrows and to clean up the shape. Now for more texture, I'm going in with another MUA pencil. This one is in black. It's going to further define my eyebrows, as well as give it a little more character. And I'm doing the same thing with the concealer as well, just running the concealer through my eyebrows to create the look of individual hairs. Now taking this light tan color from the Juvia's palette, I'm setting the concealer underneath my brows and giving myself a little bit of highlight. And I'm going to start creating my first crease using the NYX Professional Makeup Jumbo Pencil in dark brown. You really want to take your time with this, just standing back and keep comparing the two to make sure that they're even. And now you just take a small brush and you blend out that pencil just to start off the blending process. Now for the star of the show, it's the Tammi palette. I'm taking, what colour am I going to take first? It's the contour colour and a small blending brush and blend out that brown pencil. Now with the blush colour, I'm taking that just above the dark brown and using that to blend it out even more. And finally, another blending brush. I'm using that light tan color that I used for my brow bone just to blend out the blush color. So just keep flipping back and forth between those brushes until you're happy with the blend. Once you are, then you can now start to cut your crease. So this will be our first crease. And for that, I am using the Morphe concealer in the shade 4.25, I believe. But all of the products and the shade names will be listed in the description box below. Again, just take your time with this. Keep standing back to look at both your eyes to make sure that they're as even as you can possibly make them. Now to start off adding the colour, I'm taking this highlight shade, which I absolutely love. I think this is probably my favourite shade in the whole palette, and applying that to the inner corners of my eyes. And next to it, I am putting the blush colour. Next to that, I'll put the bronzer colour, and so on and so forth. Now, I think this was the step that probably took the longest in the whole look, just because I'm blending matte shades into shimmery shades, and I don't know about you, but for me that can take a bit of time. So I just kept going back and forth between the brushes, just trying to make sure I get the blend right. With some makeup remover and some cotton buds, I'm cleaning up the shape of my second crease, just to make it easier for when I apply the eyeshadow base. With this Revolution White concealer, I'm now cutting my second crease. You're very welcome to use the same base that you used for the first crease. The reason I chose a white concealer for the second one is just because I want there to be a little bit more contrast, and I want the colors on my second crease to pop that little bit more. You're going to see me extend this white concealer quite far out, and the reason for my doing that is just to create a little bit of insurance, because I wasn't sure, I guess, how long I wanted my wing to be or the angle I wanted it to be. So by overextending it and just filling that in with color, you'll see me do that eventually, it's going to allow me to be able to shape my eyes however I want after I've laid all of the color down. So now to the inner corner, I'm applying that bronzer shade, and right next to it I'm putting some of that blush shade, and it's just pretty much the same steps as the first crease. It's just that I'm adjusting the order in which I'm putting the colors on. Every so often you'll just see me run my finger across the lid of my eye just to make sure that the eyeshadow base is really smooth. I'm now applying some of the highlight color. Next to that I'm applying the blush color, the bronzer color, and so on and so forth. It will all look a little bit disjointed and not very put together when I first put the colors down, but if you keep going back and forth between each of the brushes you've used for each color and blending them, then you can end up with something really, really gorgeous at the end. So now you can see me taking a makeup wipe and also the cotton buds and makeup remover to shape the wing, and this isn't even the final shape of the wing. I actually do make it a little bit shorter in the end, and I'm also cleaning up the wing in the inner corner of my eyes as well. So now I've applied some liquid liner and some eyelashes, and now I'm taking this gold pencil from NYX Professional Makeup and applying that just underneath where I've overextended my liquid liner in the inner corner of my eye. Applying my primer, I'm just creating that base for my foundation, and I'm using this California Beaming highlighter for the first time. I decided to mix it with my foundation, but I have since learned that it's probably best used for the body. There's so much glitter in this highlighter that for me personally, I wouldn't recommend using it on the face. I do use it on my body later on, you'll see, but for my foundation, it's probably not the best highlighter that I'd recommend. I'm going to speed through the concealer and color correction steps just because I did this in my last video. I went into quite a lot of detail, but if you do want me to do a dedicated video on how I color correct and how I highlight and contour and all that stuff, then do leave a comment down below. So now taking the NYX Professional Makeup Total Control foundation, this is the shade Deep Espresso. I'm using that as a liquid bronzer. And now I'm going to set my concealer using the Morphe Bake and Set powder in Translucent Rich. So I'm just pressing that in with a sponge. Now, because the glitter was coming through really strong on my foundation, I decided to use a powder foundation as well, just in the areas where I highlighted. And I'm just blending everything out using the No Filter powder from NYX Cosmetics. Now I'm applying the blush color from the Tammi palette. This shade is like a deep terracotta shade. It is really, really gorgeous. I highly recommend this palette if you are my skin tone and darker as well. I'm also using the bronzer in this. Now the bronzer in this palette is very, very red. It's almost kind of leaning on the purple side, so just be watchful of that. and the contour shade is really beautiful in here as well. It's quite interesting because the contour isn't actually that cool tone. It is more cool tone than the bronzer, but it still has a little bit of warmth to it, if you know what I mean. So now I'm applying the highlighter, and I think this was the deal breaker for the palette. It was absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful, and it is so Tammi as well. Tammi hates those highlighters that kind of show texture on the skin. This highlighter just really gives the skin a beautiful sheen. Your skin just looks glossy. So I'm tidying up my eyebrows using the Epic Ink eyeliner in the shade Brown. And I'm finishing off with some setting spray from Morphe. So now on the inner corner of my eyes, I'm going over the gold pencil with some gold glitter. Then I'm taking this black pencil and just lining my waterline and also tightlining my upper lash line as well. I'm also going to use some of that contour color just to blend out the lower lash line, and I'm going to extend that line with my liquid liner underneath where I applied the glitter. Finally, I'm just finishing off with some detail, so adding a couple of gems and also using some white liquid liner. This is just the white liner from Morphe. I'm just moisturizing my lips with a lip oil, and then I'm applying my favorite lip primer from NYX Professional Makeup. And then I'm going in with Glory lip pencil. I mean, this is a Tammi video, of course I have to use Glory. It wouldn't be a Tammi video otherwise. Just to make Glory stand out a little bit more against my skin tone, I am taking this pencil from NYX Professional Makeup. It's the shade Black Brown. This is actually an eyeliner, but I use it on my lips. Now I'm just taking a little bit of that Morphe concealer just to use as a color base. Then I'm putting the Revolution gloss on top. I believe this is the shade Gone Rogue. All the names of everything I've used will be down below in the description box. So now I'm having another go using this California Beamin highlighter. Like I said, I was just trying to figure out the best way to use it, and I really like how it looks on my body. I can really see myself using this for an event or when I'm going out. It looks really gorgeous that way. And just for the finishing touches, I'm adding a bit of Tammi's highlighter. I thought that looked really cool as well. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, then don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel as well. Follow me on Instagram too for more looks, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.